Hello everybody, Bill Platt again, and this is the part that really confuses a whole lot of people. How do we actually sell more books? And it comes down to a few very basic principles. And I'm going to go over them here in this video, but basically, number one, we need to specialize and go deep. And I will explain that with a little bit more detail in just a second here. And then the second thing we need to do is stand out from the crowd. And as you see with this video, I have a yellow outline around my video, and I do that for YouTube to stand out in the crowd. So your book cover is how you stand out in the crowd. Then we need to focus also on our customers' needs. I will go into that with a little bit more detail here in a minute as well. And then we need to get the attention of our target audience. And so there's different ways to do that, but I'm going to basically touch on the theory of it right here so that you can better understand how to implement it in your own book promotions. So the first thing we need to do is we need to specialize and go deep. And what that means is if we say it's a journal or a diary to write your notes in, that's not there's nothing special about what you've done there. You've done exactly what 90% of other book authors have done by just saying it's a blank line notebook. But if you can distinguish it and drill down into what it is that makes your book special. So, like for example, I've got a couple of them out there that are um, password ledgers. So it's not just a blank line notebook now, it's a password ledger, enabling people to type in or write down their website and their username and password and keep a record of that in one central location in a print book. So now I've specialized. I'm not just a journal of blank lines. Now I've got a book that it still has blank lines on the page, but it has 3 words. It says website, username, password, and some of them even have notes in them. So you have the website, you got the username, password, and little notes that people might want to record with their login information. So that's how we specialize and go deep. We focus in on a smaller audience by doing so. Even with the password ledgers, and another way to approach this for going deep is we could do a password ledger for senior citizens. So if your eyesight, it's a large print password ledger for those who are having a hard time reading the page. Or we can have a password ledger for teenagers so they can keep track of everything. Or you can have a password ledger for the office. And so by drilling down and making it more specific to a particular audience, it enhances the chances that people will buy our book. Now, if we're just a password ledger or we're just a journal, there's nothing special about what we're offering. And where this really plays out is when somebody is going to find a book that they want to purchase, they have in their mind they want a book or a journal that's going to help them do X. So if they find a ledger out or a journal out there that defines itself as for people who need to do X, then you're precisely what they're looking for, and they're more likely to buy your thing because your particular book is specifically customized for exactly what they need to do with the journal. Okay, I hope that kind of makes sense. So another example would be activity books for preschoolers. Again, we've got activity book is just things you can do. And a general activity book. Maybe we do a travel activity book for preschoolers. So now it's not just an activity book where people can do things inside the book, but it's for when you're traveling. And so it's probably got a travel theme. It's got airports and taxi cabs and buses and zoos and all this kind of stuff in the artwork of the book, but it's also specifically made for preschoolers. And you could even drill that down even further and say, um, travel activity books for preschool age children, age 3 and 4. So now you drill down even further. So the mom who's trying to find an activity book for the child while they're on their next vacation, and then they realize, well, yeah, my 3-year-old, I want to find an activity book for when we're traveling for my 3-year-old. Your book title more accurately represents what they're looking for, and as a result, you specialize, you've gone deep, and you've given them exactly what they want to buy. Okay? So the next thing you need to do is stand out in the crowd. And the way you do that is partly now the words that you use in your title are what people, there are going to be certain things when people go to Amazon, they type in information into the search bar and they hit go. There are certain areas in which your book description allows your book to rise to the surface. So that's going to be title, subtitle, keywords, and categories. So those are the primary places where what you type in the Amazon search will help your book rise to the surface and be found in the search results. Okay, and the as far as it goes, the description is what Google sees. If Google's indexing your page, your book on Amazon, but Google cannot see the keywords. And so within the Amazon search engine, keywords is key for you. So it's title, subtitle, keywords, author name, and category for Amazon. They do not index the description within Amazon, but your description does help your book get found within Google, if that makes any sense. So we need to stand out from the crowd with our book covers. Our book covers, we want them to, when a list of books pops up in the search results, there's a lot of books that are going to be just kind of bland, ho-hum, that's interesting, but maybe it's not exactly what I want. But the thing is, we have to be able to penetrate people's consciousness. And we do that with a book cover that's going to reach out, and the way I like to describe it is reach out and grab them by the lapel and pull them right into your book listing. That's what you want to have happen. So, like I said, this video, I've got the yellow outline around the video. It was done so that I can reach out and grab people by the lapel and pull them into my video. So we want to approach our book covers in much the same way. We don't want to be just like every other book cover on the page. We want our book cover to stand out in the crowd, okay? Then we also want to focus on the customer's needs. And I kind of got into that with the travel journal for preschool age kids, ages 3 to 4. We are focusing on the customer's needs. We're thinking about why people would want to buy our books. We're thinking about why people would want to own our journals. And then we're giving them exactly what they want. We demonstrate that through our title, through our book cover, and through our description, okay? So like I said, the title, subtitle, author name, keywords, and category are how people find your books on Amazon using Amazon search. But the description is what convinces them to make the purchase. And what you want to do is you define through the title, it's a travel journal for preschool age kids, ages 3 to 4, and then you want your description to support that idea. You want the description to emphasize that this is an activity book for 3 to 4-year-old children, and this is why this child will want to use this activity book while you are on your next vacation with the family. Okay? So focus on your customers' needs, and in doing so, they will realize that you're the only book that they've seen that actually gets down and offers them exactly what they want to purchase. Okay? And then the fourth item is we have to get the attention of our target audience. And we do that through the book cover inside Amazon search, but that's not the only place we want to do that. We also want to do that on social media. We want to do that with our advertising. We want to do it with ads on websites. We want to do that through our mailing list, or through our own personal website, or blog, or on Pinterest. This is where we go to get the attention of our target audience. And when I describe for you the activity book, uh, travel journal for preschool age children aged 3 to 4, your target audience is going to be mom or grandma. They're the ones going to be making this purchase for the child. So they are your target audience. And you want to appeal to the 3 or 4 year old, but mom or grandma is going to make that actual purchase. So you want to appeal, you want to talk to mom with your title, your cover, and your description. And let mom know that this book will help her keep the child calm while he's stuck in a car for 8 hours while you're traveling across country. And that's why mom is going to want to buy this book. And so if we look at the password ledger for senior citizens with large print, again, we're defining the uh, um, target audience, and we want to get their attention. So we want to go where those people are already hanging out online and let them know about your book and make your book stand out from the crowd. So the stand out from the crowd applies when you're on the Amazon website, and it also applies in your advertising or your listings or anywhere else you may go to tell people about your particular books, okay? So I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, comment down below and let me know. I'll be happy to look into and try to answer your questions for you. And until next time, I am Bill Platt. Have a great day.